Lightyear was directed by Angus McLean and it stars Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear. And this is a spin-off of the Toy Story franchise. And this is the real-life Buzz Lightyear based off of the Toy Story character. In this movie, we have Buzz Lightyear. He's being played by Chris Evans. He's embarking to go on this intergalactic adventure to meet and he teams up with these three new recruits, and they all have to go against the evil Emperor Zurg. And now we got our Toy Story spin-off movie. I've been looking forward to this movie for plenty of reasons. It's because, one, because of the trailers. I mean, not just because of the trailers and the TV spots. It's also because of that first picture from the Pixar movie Lightyear, the movie itself. When I saw that first look picture right there, I was in shock. I was excited. I was energized about it. I was in shock when I saw this picture right here. I was like, oh my God, this movie is gonna be sick. And I actually love this picture right here though. But that was a really good picture that actually got me all excited for the movie for the most part. And because, I did see this movie now today. I did see this movie, and I gotta say, Lightyear is good. This movie is the best Toy Story movie ever, but it's not as good as the other four Toy Story movies that some of us, or most of us, or all of us have seen. So there'll be some things in this movie that I like, and some things I'm just like, it's fine, but not really my favorite type of scene in the movie though. But there'll be some things I like, and some things I'm just like, it's okay, I guess. But that's all I'm gonna say. Let's talk about the actors and the characters. Let's start with Chris Evans. Now when I heard Chris Evans was playing this character right here, I was thinking, I don't know how the Toy Story fans will probably feel about Chris Evans playing Buzz Lightyear, but I mean, I was expecting Tim Allen to come back, but now Pixar didn't bring Tim Allen in. Instead, they have Chris Evans. Yeah, Steve Rogers, Captain America from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, playing Buzz Lightyear. Now, I gotta say, Chris Evans is really good in this movie as Buzz Lightyear, because the thing is about Buzz Lightyear right here, Buzz Lightyear in this movie, he's actually embarking on this mission. He's trying to complete the mission. There's some times where he keeps making mistakes. He has a best friend named Alicia Hawthorne. He has a best friend named Alicia Hawthorne. When he teams up with these new recruits, they both have to go against Zurg. And I will talk about Zurg in a minute. But the thing is about Chris Evans is really good in this movie, but I just wish they bring Tim Allen back for the role of Buzz Lightyear. But this Buzz Lightyear in particular. But I mean, this is not the Buzz Lightyear that I grew attached to as a child. But I gotta say, but the thing is about Chris Evans, Buzz Lightyear, he's really good as the voice acting of Buzz Lightyear, but even though I just wish they bring Tim Allen back, maybe Pixar didn't call Tim Allen to come voice Buzz Lightyear, or maybe Tim Allen didn't want to do it, or I don't know what happened there. But Chris Evans, I gotta say, he's really good in this movie as Buzz Lightyear. Excuse me, as Buzz Lightyear. And next up is what's her last name again? Uzo Aldoba as Alicia Hawthorne is really good in this movie. She's really good in this movie. She's a best friend of Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, she's a best friend of Buzz Lightyear. She's an astronaut. She has a granddaughter named Izzy Hawthorne, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I gotta say, with Uzo Adoba is really good as Alicia Hawthorne in this movie, and I love the voice talent of this actress playing this character, and she's really good in this movie, and that's all I'm gonna say for her. That's all I can say for her for now. And next up, I do want to talk about the best character in this movie, and that is Socks the cat. He's played by Peter Shawn. Now, Peter Shawn as Socks the cat is so good in this movie, and Socks the cat. The thing is about Socks the cat, he's a robotic cat, and I'm not kidding. Like, he's actually a robotic cat. He's there to help Buzz Lightyear complete this mission. he wants to help Buzz Lightyear complete this mission. And there's some times where he's like, well, don't worry, Buzz, we all make mistakes and this and that, and there's some time where he goes beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop 1,000 times throughout the whole movie, and I actually like that where he says beep boop beep boop throughout the whole movie. And the thing is, Socks the cat, who's played by Peter Shaw. Peter Shaw is really good as this robotic cat named Socks, and Socks is like my favorite Pixar character in this movie, and he's like likable. But the problems I have with this character, that we probably don't get the backstory of how he was built, invented. That I wish we had a little bit of a backstory of Socks the cat, how he was invented, and that's it. And that's all I'm gonna say about Peter Shaw as Socks the robot cat. And next up is Keke Palmer. Now, Keke Palmer as Izzy Hawthorne is the granddaughter of Alicia Hawthorne. And Keke Palmer's really good in this movie. You know, Izzy Hawthorne in this movie, there's some times where she makes mistakes. There's some times where she makes mistakes. She has these two recruits that she actually leads. And she's helping Buzz Lightyear complete the mission and go against Zurg and all that. And Keke Palmer is really good as the voice acting for this character. And we didn't really see Izzy Hawthorne in the teaser trailer, probably because they want to save it for the second trailer, or maybe the next trailer, or the TV commercials. I don't know. But Keke Palmer is really good as this character. And next up, I do want to talk about who else. Next up, I do want to talk about Mo Morrison, who's played by Taika. It's Taika Waititi. Yeah, Korg from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, from the Thor movies. And I gotta say, he's really good as this character. There are a couple of scenes where he's funny. There are a couple of scenes where he just, like, gets anxious and nervous and this and that. And I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, and there's some times where he's funny. And there's most of the times where he can't pay attention and probably knocks stuff over and makes mistakes and pressing the wrong button. Sometimes he presses the wrong button and that's what happens with Mo Morrison. And Taika Waititi is really good as this character, as Mo Morrison. I love the voice talent of this character. Excuse me. And last but not least is the best villain that we all know and love in Toy Story since Toy Story 2, and that is Zurg, who's played by James Brolin. And now James Brolin as Zurg is so good in this movie. I don't know who the voice actor is for the original Zurg from Toy Story 2. I can't remember who his name is. But with James Brolin as Zurg is so good in this movie. He is like the best villain in this Toy Story movie. The thing is about this character is he's like the actual villain. He's trying to go after Buzz. He has these Zurg robots that kind of look way more different than the robots that we saw in Toy Story 2. But my problem with this character, he doesn't have his cape that we saw in Toy Story 2. We didn't really see the cape on this robot. And Zurg right here, this Zurg is actually a badass version of Zurg because this is a real robot inside of in a Pixar movie. And I love Zurg in this movie because looking at Zurg right here, he looks freaking sick. I love this robot right here of how he looks like the actual villain of the movie, and he feels like an actual bad guy. But there's some original lines, but I think there's some times where it felt like it came out of the Toy Story movies. I can't tell you what the lines. I can't tell you what lines they are. You gotta see the movie for yourself. And I gotta say, James Brolin is really good as the voice acting for Zurg, and that's all I'm gonna say for him. And that's it for the actors and the characters. And I gotta say, to talk about this, the animation in this movie, I was expecting this movie to be made for like adults or something, but I will talk about that in a minute. The animation in this movie is really, really good. I love the animation. You know how Pixar is. Pixar does really good with their animation styles, and some really good animation illustrations and designs and everything, and designs of the characters, and does really good with this movie. So I love the animation in this movie, but sometimes the animation felt more lighter and darker, but this Toy Story movie felt way more darker than the other 4 Toy Story movies that we saw. But with this one, I mean, I know there's some times where when 4 of the Toy Story movies can get a little bit darker, but this one is probably way more darker than the other 4 Toy Story movies. But the animation is really good. I love the animation though. But the action sequences are, I mean, I love the action sequences, but there's sometimes a final battle where I feel like I was trying to get into it, but there's sometimes I'm just like, okay, the final battle in this movie looks okay to me, but there's sometimes where the final battle could have been helmed better. Like, the final battle in this movie is really good, but there's some cool action sequences. There's some really good funny moments for the movie. The action scenes were fine. I'm just saying, the action sequences were okay. And there are some times where this movie, the main problems I have with this movie in particular, there are some times where, the problems I have with this movie that we don't really get the origin story of Buzz Lightyear, which I wanted so bad. I'm like, oh man, I was expecting like a little bit of an origin story, but it doesn't act like an origin story of Buzz Lightyear in particular. I'm just like, oh man, this is not right. Like, I wish we do see a little bit of the backstory though for Buzz Lightyear, but I wish they did a little bit better I wish they did something better with it. It's because of the pandemic. I understand because of this movie in particular. I do respect the directors and the animators and the writers for trying probably because they didn't put the origin story because of the pandemic, and because they're probably in a rush to get this movie in theaters. And speaking of that, this is the first Pixar movie not to be pushed on Disney Plus, and I was really impressed about it though. Since Soul, Turning Red, and Luca got pushed where the other 3 Pixar movies that got pushed to Disney Plus were supposed to be in theaters, but now they both got pushed to Disney Plus. This one didn't get pushed to Disney Plus. I mean, I was fine with it, but I did see this movie in theaters, and I had a good time with this movie. But there's some times where this movie could have been better. There were some unexpected scenes that kind of felt strange, and I'm like, whoa. I can't tell you about it. You gotta go see the movie for yourself. And there's some times where I'm just like, yeah, there are a couple of moments where that kind of just that I felt shocked about it. I'm like, wait, what? Okay. I don't know. I mean, because even though I did hear some mixed reviews about the movie, but I was like, well, I'll go see the movie for myself, see what's going on. But when I saw this movie, I felt a little bit shocked by a couple of scenes that felt unexpected for me. But I had a good time with this movie, and the thing is about this Buzz Lightyear movie, I love this movie. I still love the movie. Like I said, there was some stuff that felt strange and weird and unexpected for me, and there were some things I really like about this movie. And that's all I'm gonna say for this movie review for Disney Pixar's Lightyear, and that's about it. So be sure to like, subscribe, press the notification button, follow me on Instagram, and comment down below, and I'll see you in my next video. And thank you for watching.